Impact and influence. Yes, I would say I'm feeling that one, but I feel like I want to create more impact and more influence. And I'm going to give myself a 7 on that. And I'm actually going to go deep on this on the reflection side, because what part of me believes that I'm not actually creating impact and influence? Is it the feedback loop that I receive or the lack thereof? Because I just told a story of somebody reaching out directly to me because of a post that I put up that he inspired me to create. And then he expressed interest in the retreat. Like, the impact is there. It's right in front of me saying, like, Trevor, you're being it. You're creating it. All of it. So what part of me still wants the validation? What part of me still says, I want my videos to have more likes? What part of me is saying, I want my videos to have more views? I want to have more invites onto podcasts. I want to be on more stages. I want whatever. I want to be asked to create my own show. I want to be handed money to say, please go create the documentary about your life because it's so inspiring. There's a part of me that still doesn't believe that I'm worthy for that or that I'm there yet. So I'm a 7 on that one. And I'm going to go deeper on it. I'm going to reflect on it. I'm not going to push my way into it of like, how do I create more impact and influence? Because I've done that in the past. Here's another truth, actually. I'm just going to let this kind of roll. But I have numerous articles posted on Entrepreneur because I wrote for Entrepreneur back in like 2014. I wrote like 8 or 10 articles. And that was incredible. Like, to be invited, to be a guest contributor. I didn't get paid for it. I didn't have to pay for it. It was just a straight up, I will contribute my expertise and it will help me and it will help others. I've done that. Now, there are also articles though on Entrepreneur and on Forbes and on Time Money and on Business Insider that I did pay for, that I paid essentially a PR company to help me get placed. Now, they were still authentically me. They were still my story. They were still, what I wanted to put out into the world, but I paid for it because I believed it's what I needed to have the credibility to have somebody go, you got published in Forbes. But as with all things, marketers ruin everything. And before you know it, everybody's paying to be an entrepreneur in Forbes. It's just like the main media, the mass media right now, the mainstream media. Eventually you keep seeing things where you're like, that doesn't sound like the truth. And then you go and do your research and you're like, that was a straight up lie. That was a manipulation. And then you start losing trust for those things. It's no different than when you pay for attention. If you pay for attention, even with advertising, don't get me wrong here. Like, even with advertising, I'm not saying advertising's bad because it's good to get yourself in front of people. But if you're using advertising as your means to create impact and influence, and it isn't actually because you are impactful or you are positively influencing people's lives, but rather you're using maybe even manipulating tactics, or you're paying for that influence, it's not true, authentic self-influence and impact. I want to create impact and influence because of who I am. My energy, my vibe, my aura. I want people to hear me speak and go, I don't know what it is about that guy, but I like what he's saying. And he's telling me to go get this higher self video series. And that sounds a little out there. I don't know about that. Or that shit scares me. I don't even want to go down that path. I'm not opening that door. I want people to take that leap because they feel my authenticity. They feel the connection of me genuinely wanting to amplify that person's impact, to allow them to be alongside me as I change the world. This isn't me leading from the front, go follow me, I'll show you the way. Here I am at the top of the mountain. This is, hey, let's go. Let's go change the world. Let's do it together. And I want you to jump ahead at times when I'm scared and show me that, like, oh man, you can do this. And then there'll be times where I'll go lead from the front. But no matter what, we're all holding hands as we jump off the cliff. That's true impact and influence. And that's why I'm going to give myself a 7, because I'm still telling myself a story that I'm not creating that impact and influence when I'm getting affirmations all the time that are the opposite of that feeling, those 3 points where I feel like I'm neglecting. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed that clip and you want to watch the full unedited episode, go ahead and click over here. And while you're at it, don't forget to subscribe. It really does mean a lot to me. Thanks so much.